Alright, welcome back to Creation is Finished, because it is. And today I just wanted to, practically just simplify one of the amazing teachers, so to speak, and one of their teachings. And today is going to be Neville Goddard, the Power of Awareness lecture from 1952. Well, alright. So I'm just going to read the lecture and then, give my own explanation, or once again just try to simplify it for you to, so it makes more sense. Your consciousness is the only reality, and the particular state of consciousness in which you abide is the sole cause of the phenomena in your life. I ask you to test it, even if the test is motivated by the determination to disprove it. I will ask you to try it, for I know you will not disprove it. Well, I think that pretty much speaks for itself. I know you will not disprove it, that this wonderful consciousness of yours is the ultimate reality, and you are free to choose the state into which you will go. Well, Neville Goddard, The Power of Awareness, lecture 1952. Okay. Well, once again, like I keep saying in my videos, but it's all about making a choice. You're always making a choice, and in every moment, this eternal moment, but so to speak, in a linear time perspective, it feels like time is, happening, so to speak. I mean, it isn't. It's all a seemingly paradoxical illusion, because it is. It's just an illusion. Time is relative, Well, and the thing is, even if you identify with time still, and you're living by the second and the minutes and the hours, the days, whatever, which once again, like I also said, might be useful. Once again, if you have to go to some type of appointment or whatever, you plan something with somebody, or a trip or whatever, then I think it might be handy to use time in the sort of the matrix type of way that we're almost programmed to believe it is truth, that it is something that is actually a tangible working thing, like almost in a force of nature, but that's all a big illusion, because none of that is true. But then, then you could use it, so to speak. But once again, creation is finished, that's why I titled, gave my channel, my YouTube channel, that name, so to speak, because it is, but in the already ongoing days, then you could use it, but in reality creation, so to speak, you can't. Time has, once again, it's relative, so it's just a decision, so to speak, and that's what I mean, and that's what Neville meant with. And you are free to choose the state into which you will go. Well, the state is just you putting your awareness on, whatsoever you do or do not desire. So, you pick and choose, once again. Alright, so continuing. Every one of us, if you will accept it, can from this day on, right now, be as free as the wind. It's entirely up to you to choose what mansion you enter or abide in, because you are the only architect of your own suffering or good fortune, obviously, because once again, everything is in itself neutral. Only we as awareness, but then more identified as personality and the human and whatever you claim yourself to be, next to what you already are, your true self, God, all that is, then, the awareness that is behind that, so to speak. But I mean, you are God, which is everything, which we as humans can't even describe. Literally, we just came up with the word God, but even that doesn't literally describe what it is. It is everything, you know. The Creator created everything, and it is everything, all that is. You know? But we, as an individualized aspect, or concept, so to speak, whatever aspect of consciousness, awareness, still this unique spark of life, so to speak, that has the free will to choose, choose, decide in which state you will go, enter, abide in. And that is just you putting your awareness right now on, whatever you want to do, be, or have. And then not wavering, as in you understand that right now you choose, and by you choosing, it has to be reflected back to you. Matter of fact, it's actually instantaneous, but that's in the bigger, in the God view, which you are, but you're also in this, that's the paradox, you're also in this limited, body, whatever, so to speak, viewing this video, you got all your beliefs and thoughts and whatever, and all those were your own decisions, but yeah, just want to make you understand that it's all you, everything, and you as awareness itself can, choose whatever you think about. So put your awareness on whatever you want to or don't want to experience. Put your awareness on what you do want to experience, because you do have that choice right now, in this eternal moment, so to speak. Not even so to speak, but for a human it seems, with the time affiliation, so to speak, almost like we're consistently in this illusion. And I swear to God, like it's just like with muscles, if you keep on, training a certain muscle, obviously it will grow, it gets bigger. We're not talking about nutrition and all that, but you get what I mean. So it's the same with everything, practice makes perfect. So yeah, if you consistently keep on reminding, so to speak, yourself that yes, time, even though pretty much all us, over 8 billion people are actually, pretty much 24/7, so to speak, identified with time. Obviously not in your sleep, but then again, maybe probably people who actually manifest, so to speak, chose, to even in their dreams be identified with time. But that's also an illusion then, because time is nothing. It isn't a tangible thing I can point at, And then even, I can't even point at the wind either, but the thing is, we all know the wind exists. I mean, you can feel it, you can sense it, but do you sense time? No, you don't. Maybe you're tricked into thinking you're sensing time. So illusory, So, so you are the only architect of your own suffering or good fortune. The same statement, worded differently. That's about the first part, because I actually wrote this before, and I wrote this down when I was thinking about it, and I didn't make a video right there and then on the spot about it, so to speak. So like I said in the beginning, Neville started the lecture. Your consciousness is the only reality, and the particular state of consciousness in which you abide is the sole cause of the phenomena in your life. So the same statement worded differently, just like I titled one of my videos. You are, me included, obviously. I am you, you are me, we're all one. I mean, it wouldn't be possible for you to understand, oh yeah, actually everything is one, I really understand non-duality, but then again, you do not understand that I am a reflection of you and you are a reflection of me. Matter of fact, I'm going to go very much in depth on what I just said, but that's for a video in a few days, whatever. So the same statement worded differently. You like one of my videos, video titles. You are the sole cause of the phenomena in your life. Okay, so there is no force or power outside that caused anything to happen to you. So then I put no exceptions, because there isn't. There are no exceptions to it either. It's all you. Always been, always will, always have been, so to speak, in a linear time perspective, because that's all simultaneously now. There is no past, there is no future, whatever. There is no up, no down, no, there's also space is also an illusion. I might even make an entire video about that as well. So no exceptions. It is simply your unwise choice. Unwise meaning you are not aware of your true self. I am awareness, so to speak. In other words, you are subconsciously choosing your reality. So subconsciously, okay, you're below, subconsciously only means sub is below, and then consciously or conscious, subconscious means below conscious. But if you get back to, oh, but wait, time doesn't exist. So I could right now, make the subconscious, or so to speak, things that are floating, well, what you chose to put in the subconscious mind, well, you can become aware of them right now in this eternal moment, so to speak. All right, so yeah, you are subconsciously choosing your reality, desired or undesired, because remember, everything in itself is just neutral. So you assign a beautiful or horrific label to, well, once again, whatsoever, whatever, you pick and you choose right now. Oh yeah, most likely, so you're choosing your reality subconsciously, most likely, desired or undesired. So most likely undesired. Well, before this moment, before I learned you who you truly are, so before you learned who you truly are, no power in the world can stop his travel. Okay, now I'm just going to go to scripture. Understand that I've been an atheist my whole life. I've never believed in God or whatever before, because all of that is just religion or indoctrination. They're trying to make you believe something instead of you. God gave you choose this day, so to speak, but it's just you have your free will right now. You can choose right now in this, literally in this moment, who you, well, what you do or do not desire, and who you do or do not want to be, and the list goes on. But you know what I'm talking about. It's all right now. You choosing, well, whatever, consistently, like ceaselessly. You're praying ceaselessly. Praying or asking is just you right now putting your awareness on, well, whatever, or you do or do not desire. That is asking or praying. And it's like, oh, that's too simplified. Well, you can't argue it, because it all starts with awareness, so it ends with awareness. So all of that is just the middle. Just go to the end right now. You can think of something. I can think of the candle. You don't see it. I'm not going to pick it up or whatever. I got a big candle, scented candle, whatever, over there, and I could think of it, or I think, oh, I own it from having the candle. And you could say, oh, well, but you just you're in one of your places, whatever, and there is a candle, so you own it, obviously. But the thing is, well, maybe it's it's from someone else. A friend left it or whatever. Then I don't own it. Okay, but it's in your place, yeah. But I still don't actually, it's actually this person's. Do you understand what I mean? And by that way, okay, so I'm thinking of the candle, or you decide all these things, Well, how about you just, because you got the decision, got the choice to do right now, why don't you just decide that, okay, I do own this, even if you don't physically see it right now, so to speak. You're not observing it right now, but in your mind you are. You know what you're choosing right now, right? You're putting your awareness on it in your imagination, but once again, imagination is you putting your awareness on something, and you're doing it all the time. I mean, I don't know how, so to speak, how deep you are in the matrix, and how aware you are of being awareness itself, consistently throughout every day, so every day, every hour, every minute, and every second, and even, yeah, well, you understand what I mean. Right now, okay? And it's a choice. That's what I'm, keep on saying. So, yeah, scripture. No power in the world can stop his travel. Well, this Jesus, your I am, your imagination, your consciousness, your I am awareness. He, which just once again then would refer to Jesus or Yeshua or whatever. I just told you that Jesus in the Bible implies you as the viewer, the reader, well, in that case, and every reader, because we're all one. So none of these individualized aspects of, God, so to speak, matter in this case, because all you and your thoughts and your feelings and your claims, your assumptions, and every monster you ever created and every beautiful, amazing miracle, it's all you, okay? And that's, you are Jesus, so to speak. So he, Jesus, your I am awareness, can go into any mansion. Well, what is a mansion? Just a state of consciousness, like Neville said. So state of consciousness is just what you are doing right now. It's putting your awareness on something, and it could be whatever, And I'm Neville most of the times is more in a general way, like you are now claiming to be this man or this woman. So instead of like trying to manifest it, you're not trying to manifest, you're just choosing. But instead of you choosing to, I made $100,000 because of an amazing client who needed my help, whatever. And then the more general way would be to say I am that I am, as in I put my awareness on right now being just for example, every client I coach or whatever that needs my help, makes me over $100,000. Do you see the difference? Like, it's still the same thing. You are choosing, but you have to understand that yes, you can choose everything, and the only limitations that are there are because you literally just right now put them there, so to speak. Because it could have been every. Come on, okay. I've never, this is a good example. There are a whole lot of billionaires out there, but you are right now as a human, individualized aspect of all that is, God, also identified most likely, you don't have to be, it's once again a choice, but you're going throughout your day and most likely also identify with, the already manifested world, so to speak. And this happens to everyone. So also billionaires, because you are this billionaire, if you really understand it. You are me, I am you, I am the billionaire, you are the billionaire. Do you understand what I mean? We're all one. But in the, so to speak, paradox of also being a unique, individualized aspect of, the example I gave before, a unique grain of sand from the whole Sahara Desert, or a unique droplet of seawater from the Atlantic Ocean, but it's still one, because, you get what I mean? So the whole thing is, if you can right now decide whatever, literally, but if you start to waver or, start doubting whatever you just claimed, then you are doing it right now, and by that because you're just putting your I am awareness on whatever you do or do not want to decide, or do or do not desire, So decide what you do want, and put your awareness on that, because it has to get reflected back to you, And I think a good example is, like, maybe I gave it in a video already, but if there was, I gave it already. I gave the example already, like a polar bear right now, like the instant manifestation, as in not a text message or any of these things or something in a movie or, all these things, like instant manifestation right now. I'm thinking about a polar bear, and like it would show up here in this room in my house, like, come on. I mean, it would be over, right? In that second I could try and reverse it all that I want, but I mean, he or she is already here, so I think it's gonna be pretty fucked up, so to speak, But that's just, and they're like, okay, but that's very over exaggerating because that would never happen, and blah blah blah. Well, it would, That's the whole instantaneous physical 3D reality manifestation, what people actually all the time are so much, wanting to experience. Well, I don't think you want, because you can't let your awareness just go to something you don't desire, not even for one moment, because it would instantly be there right in front of your face, and whatever you wish, so to speak, whatever you prayed for, whatever you asked for, once again, whatever you just put your awareness on would be instantly there. You do have to understand that this time buffering or this time interval of bridge of incidents all are there just to, well, so to speak, protect your whole God experience as a finite human being, because otherwise it would consistently be over the whole time, and like it would be all that is understands that that's not the whole. That's you have to understand that the omniscience like understands that, well, it's more intelligent, so to speak, like it's all intelligence, whatever, it's all that is, and it's not just that simple. It's way more complicated, because obviously. But you have to understand that if you are aware of something and you don't cancel it out, so to speak, as in you don't in a different part of the day, so to speak, because that's most likely what you're going to do, or a second after you right now assume who you want to be, just assuming as once again, going into the closet, closing the closet and talking to God, but that's right now what you're doing, literally right now, by listening to me, you could, maybe you're judging, whatever, but even that is you, because I'm a reflection of you. Well, all denial is self-denial, so whatever you're right now saying, like, well, I can't have, or, well, whatever you're coming up with right now, that's you doing it to yourself, quite literally, so be aware of what you're thinking. And I'm not trying to scare you, like, do understand that the things you've convinced yourself of a whole lot of things. Matter of fact, so many things that this is the reason why you're having, the life, or you're living the life you're living. You're having the 3D physical reality that you're now experiencing. But understand that that's also positive, so to speak. It, once again, it's all neutral, but in itself. But I mean, the negative things, so to speak, most of them you've probably already convinced yourself, like, well, I'm not, you're thinking about, maybe you're a good example, like I'm watching these horror movies, but you have to understand that I'm watching as I am awareness, so to speak, like I'm consistently canceling everything out that for some reason, I'm a unique expression of God itself. So for some reason, I'm just drawn to that. Once again, it's a choice. I could never ever watch a horror movie again. But just somehow we as humans have certain desires, and that's what we're here to experience. Obviously, it's a whole live and learn part of life. There is no real reason to it. Once again, life is in itself just neutral. You have to, create the meaning, assign the meaning to it, and consistently, because you're not just, you give it one meaning and that's it, because you're here still in this linear time perspective, going through time, so to speak. But yeah, it's all a choice. Man, I'm making it way longer than I wanted, but actually maybe it's actually all good, because yeah, the thing is, I think most of you maybe I don't know, have read or listened to all these lectures, maybe tens or hundreds of times, whatever, and you do get it, but you don't, and you don't understand that right now you're applying this teaching right now, even if you're subconsciously, so to speak, doing it. You're not aware of being awareness itself, who is right now consistently choosing to be aware of whatever, because it is a decision. You have your free will. Well, then I get that, but I'm still gonna go over the lectures as well, because, well, they're pretty much telling you exactly what I'm doing, but I'm just, well, yeah, I'm pretty much almost overcomplicating it, but that's not, obviously my intention is to, in that way, actually simplify it for you guys, because that's my only intention is to help everybody, as much people as I, so to speak, physically can, that's all. Also my own decision, like, am I going to be reaching hundreds of people, thousands, millions, billions, whatever? I mean, that's all your own decision, and my decision as well. So, okay. Okay, yeah, well. Your I am awareness can go into any mansion and there abide. So in my words would be, you can choose whatsoever you put your awareness on right now, and no one outside of yourself. Nothing in this world, literally, quite literally, no one or nothing in this whole vast world can stop you from doing so. And once again, if it is happening to you, then you somehow subconsciously invited or allowed that to happen. But you do have to understand that, yes, it was subconscious, but you are awareness itself. So that was your own mistake, so to speak. I get it, it was subconscious, so you weren't conscious of it, but you are consciousness itself. So, start understanding who you really are, so you don't make the same mistakes over and over. You know, things you don't like, you cancel out by focusing on the opposite of what there's always two sides to it, positive or neutral in the middle, so to speak, but then positive or negative, good or bad, whatever. Once again, a choice, So, Neville continues. No power on the face of the earth that can stop me now from imagining myself into the state desired. So, I begin to think from it. So the example I just gave with the candle. Well, you can think of a candle, you can right now, you have to once again be specific, but you're already doing it. You're just not, and even that you could do, then you'd manifest a random candle that you, so to speak, created in your mind, which you're just choosing from already, created, manifested, finished, so to speak, creation of, all that is, the real creator, that which we are one with, but is greater than us because we're finite in a human body, so to speak. And you have to understand that the finite part is not really finite, you're infinite, but the thing is, it all, the illusion seems to almost makes it look, makes it seem like you don't have any control or any power, or maybe a little bit, and then you have a little, in certain aspects of your life, you change a whole lot, so to speak. You're not changing creation to finish, you're just choosing different already manifested, so to speak, experiences, realities, whatever. But there's no, the law works a little bit, or it works a lot, or on this, regarding to money or financial freedom, whatever, abundance, then the law consistently works so good, but then when it comes to love, it doesn't work. Like, that's all you, once again, declaring that right there and then, okay? So, no power on the face of the earth that can stop me now from imagining myself into the state desired. So I begin to think from it. So you're now being or doing or having that which you just, desire. So in my words, you are not merely thinking of your desire, you claim it to be so now, and thus are now aware of having, like I just said, doing or being it. Being your desire equals to having it right now. You now are or have the desire. So, which a few moments ago, or maybe one moment, or maybe a minute, whatever, which a few moments ago you wished to be or have. And therefore you now think from it. So it's just like that. And I do understand, like, isn't that instantly? But then, with the polar bear example, the time interval has to happen. I'm sorry, but once again, everything is neutral, but even the creator itself understood, like, so to speak, you probably desire one thing over the other, a pile of money over the polar bear right now, eating you alive. All right. So now you think from it. You have, do, or be. Right now you are that. As you think from it, all former states vanish. You are now aware of your new state, not your former old state. Remember, you cannot serve two masters at the same time. Just me putting that behind that right now, because I didn't write it down, but in a linear time perspective. Right now you cannot serve two masters, okay? You have to make a choice. Once again, it's actually so simple, right? It's just choosing. Wow. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong, you can fall back like I did for years and years and years, but then once again, like, if I'm looking back at it, once again, time is right now, it's all simultaneously, it's all right now, awareness is right now, okay? But looking back at what I created, so to speak, what I chose to be my reality, I get it, it was all me. I mean, who else, And yes, obviously, a whole lot of this world, it influenced my, so to speak, choices. But that's once again me inviting or accepting, allowing, so to speak, you know, people to choose for me. But then once again, I was doing it. Now you know who you are. That what we humans have given the finite name Jesus or God. All that is energy, source, whatever. It's for you to once again choose what name you want to go with, because none of these names actually really explain or could explain the true, well, divine being, so to speak, that is the real you, you know, and in the deeper sense that you, the deepest you can go is being awareness, you know, but even that is like, I mean, it's all that is, and it's like the closest to the creator itself, so to speak. But then once again, understand you are that, okay? So there is no separation, but you do, it's like this paradox consistently going on, because between you thinking I'm just a human vessel, and I'm in this body, and I got all these thoughts, feelings, emotions, and all these assumptions and claims and all these beliefs and my belief system, and I need to reprogram my subconscious mind, because all these things are just all seen right now by awareness, your true self, who you really are, the silent observer. So now you know who you truly are. That what we humans have given the finite name Jesus, or the scripture then, the Father is greater than I am, so Jesus, and then the Father, God. Remember, Jesus and God are one, one. In scripture, Jesus represents God's Son, but really Jesus and God are one, and then we are the Son of Man, but understand that you are also a human being, and in this, so to speak, Bible, in the, it's all not historical events or any of that, it's all metaphysical interpretation of, reality creation, so to speak, how you just choose as God himself, so to speak, whatever you do or do not desire. But then, so to speak, yes, Jesus was a man, but then again, a human, so to speak, in the story, and then we are humans as well, so then we are one with Jesus, and Jesus was one with God, and you are one with God as well, it's just the Holy Trinity, so to speak. But I mean, but then not completely, filled with dogma and dogmatic beliefs and like indoctrination and programming and almost cult-like intentions, because that's the choices these people who make you make believe. That's the whole term, make believe. They're trying to make you believe something, Yeah. Once again, it's your choice, okay? So, I am one with the Father. John 10:30. But the Father is greater than I am. So, I am, Yeshua, or Jesus, is one, is one with the Father, God, all that is. But the Father is greater than I am. Well, this simply means you are God, all that is, viewing itself through the lens of individualized consciousness. Okay? I mean, makes sense, right? Like, that's all I've been saying in this video, pretty much. And then that's the whole teaching, so to speak. And then the law, the Lord, whatever. It's like you are awareness, and you can choose right now of the already created creation, The creation is finished, obviously, and you can choose from the warehouse, choose whatever from the infinite warehouse of all experiences, all possibilities, all potential, so to speak. And it's literally, but it's not a warehouse or something. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, then be my guest. Because yes, in a way, it also is, all is one. So even that is true. That's the whole thing. You get to choose. You choose everything. But I mean, right now, claiming, screaming from the rooftop, so to speak, that grass is actually blue, blue, then yeah, most people are probably going to be thinking like, fuck, But yeah, you could literally convince that to be true, you know. I don't know, you probably have one of these eye color deficiencies or whatever. Like, some people just don't, and that's also another beautiful indication that reality is just an illusion, you know. It's just we as individualized aspects of awareness, consciousness, choosing. So literally, actually, how we want to view things. Because you actually have people. Maybe you as a viewer are one of them. And because most people that speak, the general popularity of the general person actually views most colors in a certain colors in like, well, also views it in a certain way, so to speak. And then you have people that like don't really see the difference between yellow or green. Do you get what I mean? Well, I mean, that would be the physical manifestation. Like, for some reason, you would just literally start seeing all grass. All green would be blue for you, so grass as well. But I mean, I wouldn't recommend that. But yeah, you could do that if you wanted. Damn. Right. Oh man, when I wrote this down, I was like, damn, this is going to be such a quick video. But not that that's bad. Maybe that's even good, because most people nowadays, and I'm not claiming that to be true, but sadly, for some, individualized aspects of consciousness, well, they choose right now, to have a very short attention span, and well, yeah, obviously you're also, the world, so to speak, is trying to program you, and social media and all these apps and all this information, the age of Aquarius, well, better yet said, the age of misinformation. But they're all consistently trying to, well, rob you of your attention. And once again, attention is just you in, moment after moment, in a sequel, so to speak, sequel to sequel process, so to speak, linear time perspective, being aware of something, And if you do that for like 10 seconds, then for 10 seconds you are putting your attention on, well, whatever it is, the candle again. You didn't even see the candle yet, so I'm gonna stop talking about the candle, but okay. Yeah, so I am is one with the Father God, all it is, but the Father is greater than I am. This simply means you are God, all it is, viewing itself through the lens of individualized consciousness. Seemingly separate, but elementally, you are one with God, all that is. John 10:38. You may know and understand that the Father is in me and I in the Father. So, Jesus or God, whatever. Once again, God, I'm doing this as in, because it's still our view of what we actually can't really be aware of, because it's bigger than we are, it's greater than we as individualized aspects of consciousness are, because all of these aspects of consciousness make up the one consciousness, the one being, so to speak, the one all that is, So obviously we can't, like, the droplet of sand wouldn't, obviously it can't understand, you get what I mean, like, as an analogy, like, the individual grain of Sahara desert sand would never be able to, well, conceive its whole body of Sahara desert sand, if you get what I mean. So that's the whole paradox, once again. So I am seemingly separate, but elementally, you are one with God, all it is. John 10:38. You may know and understand that the Father is in me and I in the Father. So Jesus, God, is your consciousness. The one and only Creator is your awareness. So I am. I am that I am is you putting that awareness of all that is, individualized as you, on whatever, and you will experience it, be it, do it, or have it. It doesn't matter. You choose, like, be specific, be as specific as you can, because that also means that you're probably going to add some more details and whatever, and you don't have to, if you're in 1 second, like, this is what I want, you put your awareness on and you drop it. That's more than enough. But you know, if you somehow convince yourself like that isn't enough, or you want to be more in the state because that's all you're doing, right? You're being in the state that you are going to, well, manifest, so to speak. But there's no manifestation really, just a time interval, because otherwise you would be not seeing this video probably right now because of your unwise choices you subconsciously, so to speak, made. But just choose, like Linda Warden keeps saying, like only on the lovely and of God good report, you know, because why wouldn't you? Because I mean, at least I want to, you know. So now choose your desired reality, whatsoever it may be that you right now in this eternal, you know, eternal moment, eternal, like this, I guess, infinity, you know. So right now, desire, what do you right now desire to do, or what do you desire to have, or what do you desire to be? Like, what do you desire? What is your desire right now? And if you have 1,000 of them, no problem. I swear to God, no problem. Like, you're here to just the whole meaning of life. If you could give it a meaning, because once again, you still have the free will to choose if that's the reason. But if you could give life a meaning, then that's what it is. Like I said, life is literally to live and to learn, so to speak. But that's the whole paradoxical process of you are already all that is, but you're now somehow, you forgot who you were, and now as a human you have to find out, so to speak. You have to once again figure out who you really were, and somehow that is true, but in a bigger sense that's also an illusion, you know. But in that journey, you're all also wanting things, and you know, wanting to do things and have things, and you know, relationships, or romantic or friendships or whatever, have, you know, material stuff, possession, you know, yeah, possessions, whatever, like whatever you desire. Like once again, you have the free will. Well, isn't that amazing? You have the free will right now to choose whatever you want to be, do, or have. So, what do you want? Want, once again, there's no wanting, okay? This is just as we humans communicate, okay? It's just words, because we're in this paradox, okay? But wanting, right now, you in the moment, you want something, you know what you desire, okay? What your desire is. Now, you're thinking. Your wanting is thinking of it, okay? Now, you understand who you really are. You are all it is. So you can right now just claim it to be so, as in you put your awareness on what you do want to be, do, or have, and now understand that by you being aware of you right now having it, which you in your mind, so to speak, you have to put your own awareness, individualized aspect of all that is God's awareness on whatever you, well, do or don't desire, but in this case, do desire. And that's it, you know, that's all as awareness you can do. You know, God, so to speak, takes all that is, takes care of the rest. And very soon, if you let it, you know, if you let him or her or whatever, all that is, just let the creator, so to speak, the one and only creator, do it for you, you know, test this out, try it out. So, be bold and claim it to be so right now, in this eternal present moment. Decide right now, I am that I am. Do not waver, because it is done. Because right now, by you declaring it is done, it is so. The only one that can decide that it isn't right now done is once again you. By then, in a second after this, or you know, an hour or whatever, 3 days, so to speak, well, this isn't working, you're starting to look at everything else again, or you start, like I said in a Shane Missler video, like also Cynthia P. Stafford, like they literally forgot their true self, which is pure awareness, you know, the silent observer, consciousness, pure consciousness. And if you keep forgetting that, then, well, you will for sure manifest, create. Once again, creation is finished, you're not manifesting or creating anything, but you will experience things you don't desire. And they did that, you know, even with all the hundreds of millions, whatever at least more than 100 of million, both of them, you know. Shane Missler actually had, wow, he had hundreds of millions, 450 million, but he went for the lump sum, and that's okay, that's once again his decision, but, well, he was up like 450k pretty much, you know. And even he fell back, and started spiraling and forgot his true self, and it only needs one little moment in this eternal moment, so to speak, in all of the time, so to speak, that exists, because it doesn't, but so to speak, one moment for you to fall back, and there you go. And if you do not catch yourself, well, the world will, so to speak, and they will, well, implant whatever thought and whatever seed in your subconscious mind, so to speak, and you will see it reflected back to you. But who did that? Once again, you fell back, you let all of that happen, you allowed that. Even if it now, once again, is subconsciously, you as awareness itself fell back. You forgot who you truly are, and that is this whole experience is about this, but if you actually find out, well, the true you, then why wouldn't you right now go and enjoy this playground, so to speak? You can go and do whatever you hate or love, despise or admire, whatever you desire so badly, you can do or have it right now. But you have to make the conscious choice as consciousness itself. You have to be aware of being awareness itself, and then choose. So right now, in this eternal present moment, decide right now, I am that I am. And you attach your I amness, your awareness to whatever. Okay? Do not waver, because it is done. Now, you test it and try it out, and let me go into the silence.